Hello, everyone, and welcome to Brigador. I'm your host, the Social Solipsist, and this game, well, I'd like to show you the splash screen, but it only shows up briefly, can't be gone back to. It only shows up when the game is loading, and OBS won't hook the game fast enough to catch it. So, we're just going to look at this for a second. This is Brigador. If any of you are also fans of Mandalore, you will have seen his video on it. If you are not a fan, I suggest you become a fan. Go watch his video on this game, on Brigador. It's a great video. It's a great video in its own right. Even if you turn out to hate this game, he's just a great guy and a great reviewer, and I appreciate his content. But he convinced me to buy this game, because it was right. His video came out a couple of weeks ago, right in the middle of the Steam sale, and yeah, it was like $9, I think, something like that. It's not even particularly up my alley, but I'm willing to try it, and it's got such a great visual design and music and a bunch of other things that really appeal to me that I just sort of want to support it, because it's a small indie team that did something that didn't work very well, at least not commercially, and they deserve maybe a second chance, because, yeah, Mandalore points out a lot of the quote-unquote problems that people thought it had that it doesn't actually have, or he says it doesn't actually have. I have yet to I have yet to play the game. Let's put it that way. Anyway, we'll get into it in a second. You'll actually get to see the game, but I want to give credit where credit is due, because right off the bat, this game gets points for me because, one, it has lots and lots of settings for you to deal with, but it also has a really clean and clear visual style when it comes to affirmative or negative showing, a visual style showing, you know, what has been selected. So you've got a combination of colors, markers, and uppercase and lowercase to indicate whether something has been toggled. So you've got a marker, you've got a highlight on the icon, you've got a color to indicate a color and a font, uppercase or lowercase to indicate what its state is, as well as the word, obviously. It's just really clear visual design, and I shouldn't have to compliment this, but it is so rare, even in AAA gaming, where you'd think it's the kind of thing they do by default, that having a small team do it well is highly appreciated. Also, another compliment, it didn't blow my ears out when I started the game. All the volumes are set to 50 because, you know, they're not insane and they understand vaguely, at least, how audio scaling works. I turned the total max volume down a little bit because it was a little loud for the recording and for my headphones, but yeah, it's the little things. It's the little quality of life things that make a big difference. Anyway, we're gonna jump right into the campaign. I haven't touched this yet. I've seen Mandalore's video, and that's about it. Okay, the campaign's actually longer than I thought. We're gonna see how this goes. I may not do the entire game on the channel, or I might. Depends on how much I love it. There's a chance that I may think that this is great, but not something I want to play, because it's not my thing, but we'll get there. Anyway. Awake on foreign shores. Contract removal of 1 target personnel. Opposition. Light loyalist. Caution. Your legal status as a citizen of Solo Nobre will be permanently revoked upon completion of your first contract. If you have any questions, purchase a copy of the terms and conditions in FAQ. So, part of the style of this game is that you are, you basically buy everything. As Mandalore pointed out, like, that's not a big deal. It sounds like it's like, oh, you gotta buy the lore? That sounds shitty. Well, apparently you get plenty of money, so it shouldn't be a problem. But this is actually probably not a joke. But we're broke, so it is a joke, because we literally can't. Anyway, the Solo Nobre concern, hereafter SNC, has intel on Ramiro Castello? Castello, I guess it's not Castillo. A military commander in civilian clothing, attempting to escape the present situation. S&C has isolated him on the highway using district gate controls, taking applications from any active limited-time contractor. Hereafter, Brigador. So right off the bat, I don't have to tell you anything about the lore. That sets the stage pretty good. If you do this, you're an outlaw. There is a military commander trying to escape. You are now a Brigador if you take this mission. That's all you get. I kind of love that. It's super simple. And here's our loadout. All right, so it looks like we don't control any of this. In the non-campaign, you get a lot more control. You customize all this stuff, but this is what we got. All right. Piers. I guess we're playing as Piers. Piers's Toro is armed with an Abbott 105 millimeter cannon and a Maidios. I think that's probably Portuguese or Maidois. I don't know. 12.7 millimeter machine gun with a smoke projector for defense. This loadout is tough, versatile, and effective at any range. Good all-around damage. All right. We're going to get right into it. Okay, we're not going to get right into it. Everything within the perimeter walls is destructible. Use high penetration weapons to hit targets through cover, or large area of effect weapons to simply destroy both. This is the same as before. All right. Engage. Okay. So. This is going to be tricky. So, one of the things that Mandalore says in his video, that I'm just going to take at face value, is a big reason this game didn't do very well off the bat is that it looks like a twin-stick shooter. And it's not. And he essentially says a lot of people refunded it because they thought it was a twin-stick shooter, and when it wasn't, they got mad and refunded it. However, the re-release, this version of the game, the up-armored edition, makes twin-stick the default control scheme, even though there is apparently like a very directional damage system, so you don't want to like get into the habit of walking ass forwards all the time. So I have set it to tank controls, but it's going to take some getting used to. So those are all people. However, I am controlling this with my mouse. So that's interesting. So I get two cursors, one to see where I'm pointing and one to see what the where my turret is actually at.
Welcome, Brigador.
All right. Well, that's that. I am now a Brigador. Well, I just got 2 achievements for that. All right, and I got $2.7 million. All right, so you get money for everything you do, and mainly the game just wants you to do utter destruction. Fucking transaction fees. I'm gonna call my bank and get this fixed. Fucking transaction fees. Welcome to Solo Nobre. Many years ago, the paramilitary group Novo Exercito do Povo. Is that Portuguese? I think it's Portuguese. I should check instead of. Seized power of Solo Nobre, the capital of Nova Solo, our colony. Peaceful negotiations with the leader of the NEP, the tyrant known as Great Leader, have failed. It's kind of weird that there's a scroll bar and a next button. After a great leader closed the spaceports, the citizens of Solo Nobre have been forced to endure years of regressive economic policies and isolationism. So long as his menacing array of orbital guns, installed throughout Solo Nobre, point up to space, there can be no outside assistance from the SNC or other benefactors. It is accurate to consider your participation in the present opportunity a heroic sacrifice, a tangible contribution to the restoration of rightful planetary self-governance. With your help, the SNC will restore Solo Nobre to prosperity. Welcome, Brigador. Alright. Cool. We'll do one more here. Alright. A1, Beginner's Falafel. Contract removal of opposition, greater than 70%. Opposition light loyalist. Clotilde Alto, your reputation precedes you. The SNC counts many admirers of your work in its employ. The situation on the ground in Solo Nobre will take a little explaining. However, following your in-mission instructions, if you would be so kind. Follow your intermission instructions if you would be so kind. We apologize for starting you off with no ammunition until you leave the base. Some of our maintenance techs are nervous around you. By all means, please familiarize yourself with your Zolig in a lightly defended subdivision in the Letterad district of Solo Nobre. Welcome, Brigador. Alright, so we start with no ammo, I guess. Armed with dual Banshee 14mm chain guns with a smoke projector for defense. This loadout is excellent at range and at focusing damage on single targets. Excellent against armor and shielding, mediocre against structures. Don't forget to use your vehicle abilities and special equipment. Unlike your weapons, they're infinite use. Alright. I mean, okay, I was. Spacebar to stomp. Ah. Alright. Oh no. I'm bad at this. Okay. This game is gorgeous. I have to say, like, it's a great style. It's a great use of the like sprite system, like in a modern way. Oh, hello. Okay, this is gonna take some getting used to. Ooh. Oh. Okay, so I gotta aim down. I'm looking at this as a line, but it's... Oh wow, that was easy. But I shouldn't be looking at it as a line because each type of weapon presumably has a different arc, different maximum range, and different place it will hit, so... I mean, and look at this destruction tech. This is one of the other things that got me. Not that I'm, like, particularly, like, yeah, destruction stuff. But it's really well done. And the fact that it's a sprite system, it makes it kind of all the more incredible. There's a hell of a lot of artistic detail put into this. It also sounds fantastic. I'm hoping the levels are good. Alright. I keep... Oh, if you hit E... Interesting. So if you hit E while in tank controls, you'll still like follow your cursor. So I'm pressing W and E right now. That's great. So that if you want to, it's sort of a hot switch between the two. So as long as I hold E, my direction follows my cursor. So in a pinch, that will save me some pain. Awesome. Is this loading? I guess that's loading. Interesting. Cool. Cool 2 million. Alright, we can do one more. A2, think it over. Contract, removal of opposition greater than 70%. Fight loyalists. Well done, Miss Alto. Alto. Whoops. Miss Alto. Would you mind providing another such display of prowess for your next contract? There is a request from upper management to see a video feed of Clotilde? I'm genuinely not sure whether these are like actual, whether they've made up these names or these are, you know, actual common names in another language. Clotilde Alto in action. Your task is to sweep the neighboring industrial zone of loyalist tanks. Good hunting. You know, it's only just struck me that I could have been thinking some of the names and things were Portuguese when really they're just, you know, similar sounding or similar spelling, and it's entirely a matter of the like the aesthetic, the, you know, world building, some, you know, transhumanist future language, space language. In accordance with Nova Solo tax law, any supplemental income must be reported on either Form 9082 MISC A or for residents, or Form 9082 MISC B for non-residents. Pretty good. I enjoy that. Subtle humor. Okay, okay, so I have two of the same gun. Do my guns overheat? Sort of heard a different change in the sound of the guns as I was firing them. Blue firing arcs for your primary weapon. Okay. I was sort of looking at it and it sort of looks like one was over the other, but yeah, as I rotate around, the fact that they follow next to each other makes perfect sense. All right. I am quite bad at this. Yeah, I got that. Your weapon hits whatever your firing arcs are intersecting. Okay. Pay attention to cover height while aiming. Got it. So this is the double height stuff. So I now alerted those guys, but... Alright. There's some, like, great little... Like, these levels aren't super complex, at least not yet. There's so much detail put into them. Just the, like, the signage. I sort of wish I could zoom in to see the stuff closer, but that would sort of defeat the point. I mean, there's a pool hall right there with a giant sign. and everything's destructible. It's pretty great. Feels good. Need to reorient. Yep. Figured that out, but... Okay. I'll queue up even though nobody else is in line, if you insist. Stomp. I did. But it was by choice, because I knew I could do either. Mouse holing is essential. I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but okay. Stomp to mouse hole through buildings and hit the tank from behind. Okay. Where's the tank? What tank? The tank? Are we talking about like a weapon tank or a holding tank? No. I can't even tell. Oh, there's the tank. I didn't even see it. Sorry about your coffee shop. Didn't mean to. Well, I sort of meant to. I knew what I was doing. File the green door icon. That's really tiny, but I saw it before. You see it floating there in the distance. It's nice and unobtrusive, but still, like, pretty obvious. Checkpoint. Not anymore. Cool. Alright. I'm having a little struggle with the controls, but that's entirely on me. They are well implemented. I'm just bad. Anyway, this game's pretty cool. Already pretty happy with it. I might switch back to the twin stick style just to see if I disagree with Mandalore. I mean, he basically said you don't want to use the twin stick style because you will get into bad habits that will get you killed easily when people get up behind you. But I might try it anyway, just to see if I can sort of mitigate those. Because I am more comfortable with the twin stick style. Anyway, in either case, all around really well implemented. Seems to know where it's what it can and can't do, and you know, put its money in the places that, or put its, you know, money and development time and all these things into the places that matter and not the places that don't. So I'm pretty happy with this so far. Anyway, I'm gonna call the episode here, and we'll be back for more of this in the next episode. I'll see you guys then.